Hey guys, as many of you guys can tell, we passed 20,000 subscribers, and to celebrate that, I am going to be giving away my Cycles room I use for Blender. Now this download is fairly small, it's not even a megabyte, surprisingly I thought it would be, and it will make your life a lot easier when making GFX. So first off, you would have to download it, and so once you click download, it should show up right at the bottom, and then I have it open right here, so let me just exit that out, yep. And then let me just click this to open a brand new one. And there we go. Now this right here, this black box, this is the camera. To get out of it, you press 0 on your number pad. Do not press 0 on the row of numbers on top of your keyboard, because that is not what you're supposed to press. You press it on the number pad. On my last tutorial, you guys got really confused on that, so I just want to make sure you press it on the number pad. And if you don't have the number pad, because I know some keyboards don't, click view at the bottom left and then click camera. And then there you go, now you are out of the camera. And to move around, you press shift plus F on your keyboard, and then there you go, you're moving around. As you can tell, I am moving fairly slow, so to move faster, you just scroll in on your mouse, and there you go, you're moving faster. And to move slower, you scroll out on your mouse, and there you go, now I'm moving like a turtle. So now you have the Lightroom with this huge white brick. I know I get a lot of comments of you guys asking me what this is, and many of you guys have been able to tell that it is a light, and yes, it is a light. And whenever you open the Cycles room, this will always be here, so you never have to re-add it, and its strength is already set in. So all you have to do now is just get a character to import, which I am going to go ahead and do that right now in Roblox Studio. Let me just get my load character plugin. The link to this plugin will also be in the description below, along with the link to the download. There you go, I'm going to spawn in my character. There she is. Now let me just rotate her real quick so she's facing the right way. There we go. And now when you put your character in Roblox Studio, you will see a bunch of little green dots. They don't do anything because you won't see them in Blender, but I just don't like them there, so if you want them gone, go into model, then go into show details and click it, and then there you go, and now they're gone. So now that you have your Roblox character in Roblox Studio, all you do is you do the same thing you did in my other tutorial. That will be in the description below if you have not already seen it. That explains bending limbs and stuff a lot easier, and that also explains how to make a GFX without using the Cycles Lightroom that I am giving you guys. But I will go over that again, so you just bend the arms however you want. Now I'm going to just give her a basic arms out pose. There you go. Do same thing with the other arm. Okay, now we have her arms out, and her arms are gonna bend in, or one of them at least is gonna bend in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tilt the head a bit. And to tilt the head, you guys have asked how to do that. So you just go into the right and you select all the characters' hats, unless they're wearing, you know, like a sword pack or something, you don't select that. Or if they're wearing a shoulder pad, you just select everything that is actually on their head, along with their head. And now you rotate. Also, I've been getting questions on how to have all these little lines when you rotate. That is super easy. So again, it's still in the model section. You go down a little bit, and then to the right, you will see rotate and move. And rotate, this is the amount of degrees you move each time you rotate something. So let's say if we change it to 30 degrees, you will see the lines are a lot bigger. And now if you change it to 5 degrees, like that's the one I normally use, the lines are a lot smaller, which makes it a lot easier to use. And that's also the same thing when you're trying to move something. So let's say we're going to go and try to move the head. Let's click this. There we go. So let's say we're going to go and try to move the head. You see how it's moving very, very, very small and slowly, which makes it, you know, easier to place it more accurately of where you want it to be. That is because I have my moving on 0.05 studs, which is small. So if you put that to, I don't know, 1 stud, you'll see the head will move a lot more, and you can't like get it like right in between. It just like skips a bit, And then if you move it even higher, it will continue to, you know, move far away. Like what? There we go, see? So my recommendation is put a 5 on the rotate and a 0.05 on the move. Now that we're over that, you just go to your character and you rotate their head. There we go. And when you rotate their head, you don't have to do this, but I recommend just moving it to the left one. Whatever direction you rotated it, if you rotate it to the left, move it to the left one. If you rotate it to the right, move it to the right one. I don't know why, but I just feel like it makes it look a bit better. So now that I have my character, I'm gonna go and right click it in workspace, click export selection, and I save all of my Blender stuff in one folder. I don't know how I started to save it in that folder, it sort of just happened. And the folder I saved it in is under Documents, Roblox, and then Recent Saves. And here is all of my other Blender files. So I'll say Cycles Room Tutorial. There we go. Let's just save it as that. And now we can go ahead and go back onto Blender Cycles so we can see our Lightroom again. Then click File, Import, Object, and then go to where we saved it, which is Recent Saves. And now we just have to find it. There we go. Now double click it, and see, once you import it, it has all of its materials, so you don't have to go through the effort of editing that. And the best part is when you click Render and Render Image, you can see that the lighting on it looks very even and pretty nice. I mean, the top is a bit dark, so you can move the light closer or further away if you want to, but I don't bother with that. This is just the Lightroom I have been using for months now, and I think it looks pretty great. But as you can see, the antlers are cut off a bit, but that is a really easy change. So to go back to what we're on, click this, and then 3D view. Now that you're back here, you press 0 on your number pad to get into the camera, and again, it is not on the row of numbers on top of your keyboard, it is to the right of your keyboard where it should be. And if you do not have a number pad, you go into View at the bottom left, and then Camera, and then there you go, you're back in the camera. Now, you can move the camera however you want, and whatever is in this box is what the camera will see. So now that you did that, I actually want to move it down a little bit. There you go, and if you do ever have the point where this light is in the way of the camera, all you have to do is just right click it and then move it back, and that's it. And if you do something that you want to undo, you go to the left, click History, and then click Undo, and there you go, it's back where it is. So now click Render. And there you go, now you have the antlers and everything in the picture, and the character is looking straight at the camera, so it all looks well. But as you can tell, the arms are not bent, so we are going to go ahead and bend them real quick. So I'm going to just move to the character, and now you select whatever limb you want to bend by right-clicking it, and now they have it right-clicked and selected, go down to the bottom, and where it says Object Mode, click Edit Mode, and now it will turn orange. Now that it is orange, you go back to Edit Mode and then go to the right, and you will see 2 little squares on top of each other. Click that, and now you should be able to see inside the arm. You can't tell now, but it should be transparent, and there you go. If you click something else, you'll see it's transparent. Now to reselect everything, you hold Control, and then as you're holding Control, you hold down your left mouse button and go all around it to create a circle, so now it is selected. Now you go to the left, and you will see a button that says Subdivide. It should be right underneath Mesh Tools. Now click Subdivide 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You can click it 3 times, but I prefer to do it 4 times. It just seems like a more nicer bend, I guess you could say. And now you can see like a little bit of lines. You can't really see it all too well right there, but once we go into render, you will see a bunch of little lines on the arm that we want to get rid of. There you go. See, the arm just looks wrinkly and it just doesn't look nice, so you want to get rid of that, and that is super duper easy to get rid of. All you do is while the whole thing is selected, you go to the bottom right, and you will see a bunch of little things, camera, etc. You just go to this triangle thing, and then click Auto Smooth, and there you go. Now you do not see the little lines anymore. So now that you have everything ready, you right-click somewhere on the bottom to select a pixel, and the point of this is you want to select exactly half of the arm. And now you do that by, again, holding Control and then holding your left mouse button and creating a circle, and try to do this really careful so you get exactly half, because if you get more than half, or just like 1 or 2 blocks up there, it'll come out with a really funky blend, which is something you do not want. So now that we have half of the arm selected, you can go around and look, and there you go. It looks like it's half selected. So you go next to your pointer and you click rotate, and I guess there's a way you could click it and like have it rotate like that, but I really don't recommend doing that because you can't get as even of a rotation as you can by the other way of doing it. So let me go ahead and undo that. So these lines each represent an axis. The blue line represents the z-axis, the red line represents the x-axis, and the y represents the y-axis. So you will press RY, let's say 20, nope, and if you do that and it bends the other way, just take back the 20, and then click minus 20, and then there you go. Now let's see, now we just have to move it in. And at this point, you can go back to the 2 little squares and click them again, so you can see exactly how the bend is working. And if you go up, you will see it starts to create shadow, so that's a really easy fix again. You just go down a bit, and then the shadow is gone. Let's see, okay, there you go. Now let's go ahead and render just to see how that looks. Also, when you render, do not leave edit mode, because once you leave edit mode, whatever changes you made cannot be undone without completely undoing everything, so you'd have to start from scratch if you want to rebend it. There we go, now we have a nice decent arm bend, and it's looking great. So now, the last thing we have to do is go to the bottom, click Image, click Save as Image, and then you can find wherever you want to save it. I just normally save it in my music. And let's save it, Cycles Room Tutorial. Whoops. There we go. And now you have the image saved. Making this did take me about like 12 minutes or so because I was explaining everything, but when you were doing it alone and you were just doing it just normally, if I were to put this character in and bend the arm, it would take me a couple of minutes. It makes life a lot faster with making GFX. It makes it easier because you don't have to mess with the light or anything, and if you do want to mess with the light, that's a really easy fix. So again, go to object mode to save what you did to the arm. Whoops, I accidentally duplicated it, did not mean to do that. Click undo. If you want the light to be a different color, you go to the little triangle again, and then you go right next to it. There is like a pink ball kind of looking thing, and you will see surface, and then you will see color and strength. So strength is it's basically how strong it is. So if I have it on 0.300 and then render image, you will see the character is a lot darker because the light is less strong. The light is still there, but it's just not very strong. So it's not putting out as much light as before. And now if I go to here again, and then let me put the lighting back at 1.7, which I had. And now we can change the color of it, like, let's do blue. Let's see what that looks like. Render image, and then there you go. You have a blue light, and with this blue light, I can make a character look like she's swimming underwater. There's a lot of different things you can do with this, and it's a really easy fix. And if you don't want the light to be blue or pink, whatever color you change it to, again, it's really easy to cancel that. All you have to do is go back to 3D view and then click undo, and voila, the light is back to normal. So I do recommend saving the Lightroom, because once you download it should have already saved, but save it somewhere you can find it, because just opening this up and using it will save you tons and tons of time in general. Anyways, I hope this tutorial was really helpful, and I cannot express how thankful I am for 20,000 subscribers. I know I am late to this video. I'm at 21,500. I know I am late. I am late to every single thing. But summer has just started today. Right now it is 12:15, June 2nd, and it is officially the first day of summer for me, which means there are going to be a lot more videos out, and my face reveal will probably be sometime this summer. There will be a video out explaining that as well, and I cannot wait to upload more stuff, and it's just gonna be a whole lot of fun. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video, and again, thank you so much for 20,000 foodies. It's insane. I just can't express it enough other than the word insane. Anyways, bye guys. Have a good day or night or whatever. Treasure.